Yo, before we get into the interview, man, I want to give a shout out to all my radio stations all across the country who have the Bootleg Kev Show as an official affiliate. Man, we're on the radio in about 100 cities nationwide every day. Want to give a shout out to Real 92.3 in LA. Shout out to The Beat in Miami. Shout out to Wild 94.1 in Tampa. Shout out to Hot 98.3 in Tucson. Power 98.3 in Phoenix. We 102.9 in Portland. We're all over the country, so you can tap in with that radio show. If you want to know if we're on in your city, just go to bootlegkev.com. The full list of cities is there. You might hear us. Let's get into the interview. All right, man. Bootleg Kev Show, Bootleg Kev Podcast. We are here with one of the greatest of all time, one of the most influential artists to ever step on this planet.
Yeah.
He's dropping his phone. I thought I'd drop my phone.
Yeah, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ghostface Killah's in the building.
Yo. What up?
Supreme Clientele 2.
Yes.
Listen,
What's good?
I want to, before we get into the new Supreme Clientele, I always hear you talking in interviews that you were not crazy about Iron Man. You were like a little under the gun when it came to Iron Man.
Yeah, bet. Yep, exactly.
And I specifically remember hitting Sam Goody as a kid to buy Supreme Clientele. And it felt like at that time, it kind of was like a burst of energy into the Wu universe, if you will. What was that approach like going into the OG Supreme Clientele? And how different was it, obviously being under the gun to get Iron Man turned in? Like, it felt like that
I mean, it was, I wasn't rushed. You know what I mean? I was like in a better, it was a better feeling. Like I was in a better place at that time. You know what I mean? Frame of mind is, it was, the days was bright. You know what I mean? It was like, you got really the right beats that you felt,
man,
that you wanted. You know what I mean? And that was that wasn't on the timeline. Like people understand when I did the first joint, Iron joint, you know what I mean? It was like I had I think 60 days to do that or whatever the case may be. Because
that's crazy, by the way.
Because Razor Sharp had to they had deadline with Sony or whatever. You know what I mean? I could have waited. I mean, how they presented it to me was like, yo, you up next, yo, you want to, whatever. It was like, yeah, but I didn't have time. I'm a slow writer, so I like to just take my time and ink it the way I need it. You get the right beats. RZA just sent me like mad beats, like, you know what I mean? I mean, we picked them out together, but I don't even think I used anybody else's beats up there, like, you know what I mean? Probably True Master in Mathematics or something like that, whatever. But that was really it.
Some of the craziest beats of all time are on the first Supreme Clientele. I think like one is like one of them ones.
Right, Juju. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy shit. Yeah.
Do you remember which beat? Because I feel like those studio sessions had to be special. Which like when one of them beats came on, do you remember like which record, like the producer played the beat for you or they were making it and you were just like, yo, this is fucking...
I mean, they wasn't making them like that at that time. They would just like put it on, I think, a CD.
Like a demo CD? So
you're going
CD
through
or
beats? Something like that. Yeah. Yep, exactly. So, because I used to take mad CDs because everybody's giving me beats. Mad. So when I heard one, that's one.
That one is
You know
crazy.
what I mean? Bow. You know what I mean? My cousin made Nutmeg. It was just a loop. He sent me mad ever since. So it was a loop that I could fuck with. You know what I mean? So kept that one. You know what I mean? Phantom of the Beast made Mighty Healthy. You know what I mean? No matter of fact, he made Apollo Kids. You know what I mean? So I just was picking beats that I felt that could fit for Supreme Clientele, and that's how you got it.
Cherez Lagos was like a pretty like big commercial record, like a big. It was like a radio record.
Yeah,
like MTV. It was on MTV all the time and shit. Like
right. Yeah, that record came. The producer that was working in 36 Chambers, my man Carlos, right? He was Carlos Best. Shout out to Carlos Best. He the one that made that record right there. Him and his wife. So, but
his wife.
But they didn't make it for me. They had like a demo. They had like a 7 demo tape, like of just all records. Like everything was fat, and I had to decide like which one I'm gonna pick after all. Because I could have picked other ones that was crazy. So I might have asked a few people, yo, how do you feel about, they was like, yo, a lot of them said that one. You know what I mean? And that's what I went.
Talk to me because I got to listen to the new album. I was lucky to get a link to check it out.
Okay, cool.
What is why Supreme Clientele 2 now? Like what is it about like 2025 that it was time to kind of like, you know?
I mean,
09 we got Only Built for Cuban Links 2, which was great.
Right. I mean, we could have I could have been had did it, but I was just, you know, it wasn't time. If it was the time, you know how God worked. He just put it on you like that. But it was like in between that time, you know, I'm doing other projects for other people and, you know what I mean, stuff like that or whatever the case may be. And then by the time when you notice like, yo, you got you a couple of years away from it, you know what I mean? Then I guess that might just be the time from just where you drop it, you know, from the 25th anniversary. And yo, I tried to make it for that time because I came out in February. But you know, for whatever reason, it wasn't there.
It was like Nas hit you like, hey, we're about to do some crazy shit. Let's
Nas not. It was like I've been looking for a home for it. Like, you know what I mean? The game, I just was holding a lot of other songs.
I'm gonna lower your mic a little.
I was looking for like another home, home, like a home for it. And Peter's the guy. He really just kept at my door, like, yo, Supreme Con. We met up like 3 times or whatever. Then he came with the last time and was like, yo, you know what? This is what it is. That's that. I got this. I got that, and I accepted it.
Can you give me the inspiration? One of your best verses ever is on WuTang Forever on Impossible. This is an iconic verse.
Right.
It's made grown men cry. It gives people like I remember when I first heard it as a kid. I was like shook. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the inspiration behind that verse? Was that a true story?
Some of it in there is true. When the ambulance, you know what I mean? When Jamie, you know, call him Jamie, that was like that was my baby's mother's brother. He had got murdered on July 4th. You know, and you know, that's where I put some of that in there like that, and she came downstairs like this, and you know how the mothers be, you know, they got their little, you know, still their gowns, and you know what I mean, and came down there, you know, it was an uproar. But you know, so I go from there and I just paint this picture and shit like that, because really a lot of the times it'd be the beat that takes you there. You know what I mean? If it was another beat, it wouldn't have been that. You know what I mean? Would have been something else. So, but the beat is so like theatrical and dramatic to me, like how I caught it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me jotting this down. Came back to it like maybe like a day or two later. Did that, whatever, and finished it up. And then that's how you got Impossible.
Is everybody in the studio with you when you lay that down? Like who's in there?
There was
you?
people in there.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was in there though. But
feels like that's like a moment, like an all-time moment.
Yeah, it was people in there. And
it'd be like a movie, like a short.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, like a short. Yeah,
like
exactly.
a short.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I like to write. I like to write like movies and things like that just go. Like I'm more better, I guess, at that than just doing like a lot of, because I like to paint pictures and shit. Because I'm like a deep thinker and shit.
You have a record, the Fourth Disciple record on this new album that's very in that same vein.
Yep. It's because you know that. Yeah, hell yeah. So you know it was like that. The beat was, like I said again, it was the beat that grabbed me and snatched me, that made me just get and just try to catch those kind of bars and shit. And yeah, it was just, and that's an old record too. That record is probably like a good maybe like 16, 17 years that I had that beat.
Somehow you've like, because you're like one of the most vulnerable artists of all time, and yet you like, I feel like you've tackled so many like everyday issues that like people go through, like your girl cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember Back Like That came out, and I was like,
right. At
the time, I was like 14, and this little 8th grade bitch cheated on me, dog, and that shit hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. This shit is like, yo, worry. You told her you played it for?
No. No. By the way, great album. Bulletproof Walls is great.
Right.
Album. But what, for you, like when you approach, for example, like the last song on the album is you and Meth Man.
Yeah.
And it's talking about having a real friend.
Right. Yeah.
But that to me, that's like such a like. It's almost like it's something we all go through, something we all have. We all have like homies that like we have that are like that. But it's like people ain't making those type of records anymore that like we could live to, that we could like relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, the world, the game is like, I mean, it's like it's really like being cheated, man. It's like because it just since this internet shit came in, it's like it just goes. It's just somewhere else. The kids just take it somewhere else with it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love what the kids doing this, but I wish the kids a lot of the times would what, all just a chick with you money, drugs, jury, girls. That's all that's all it's about now.
Right.
But when you take a record like Cream, I grew up on the crime side, New York Times side. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, nigga, you putting that pain in. So it's where we at today mentally. You know what I mean? But me, I'm an old school cat. You know what I mean? So I respect the little nigga stuff. Excuse my language.
Is there
you know what I mean?
any of the young guys you fuck with, like the real young dudes?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know you like Drake and Kendrick and all that, but like any of the younger guys.
I mean, I like them for it could be their vocals,
right?
You know what I mean, and how they lay. You know what I mean? Like it depends on what time it is. Like I like Kodak Black and those guys like that, or whatever the case may be, and probably a few other ones. You know what I mean? Then anybody's not on my radar, but you know what I mean.
You got my old young friend on there, Gorilla Nems. He's on the album.
Oh, Nems, yeah. I love Nems.
He's the best.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying though, as far as the kids that's out right now, you know what I mean? It's just different. It's different. They probably won't make a song like how me and Meth did.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was just like when I got that beat, that's an old record too.
Wow.
That record's like probably like good, like, how long was that, Wiz? Like 16, 17, you know what I mean? Yeah, those is like metaphysics in them, those is like 23-year-old verses, like, you know what I mean? And that. So, I tried to, when I was doing this album, I was like, yo, you know what? You mix them together, try to do some shit that's today and back then, and whatever I felt that was right that I can get and catch a vibe to real quick. And that was it. Like, you know what I mean? It's all a vibe for me. Like, you know what I mean?
So you're coming up, obviously RZA, Jizza, ODB are family.
Yes.
They're related,
They like blood, yeah.
Your in-laws with RZA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the time, like when you're coming up in the 80s, from what I understand, you were like kind of in a stick-up crew a bit in Stapleton. Is that a fair point? Running around,
Yeah, we was doing a bunch of stuff.
At what point in time was it like, okay, I'm gonna go 10 toes in on this rap shit? Cause
when we did around the time when we did maybe Iron Man, like around like Iron Man, something like that.
So all the way up into Iron Man, you were still kind of like one
we
foot
were
in,
still
one
dabbing.
foot out.
Then RZA was finding out. He was like, yo, you can't do both. Like, what you gonna do?
So 36 Chambers is already out, huge.
Yeah. 36 Chambers, yep.
And you're still fucking around, dibbling and dabbling.
Yeah, because you taking that money and going to get these little fucking bricks over here. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. And it was like, yo, you still doing that shit, man? This, that. You know what I mean? So I had to make a decision. You know what I mean? And it was like, yo, you gotta just leave it alone, bro. Because you fucking with a risky game and it could get you jammed up, and then what you gonna come home around right now and you washed, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You might forget everything and you not even know how to rhyme, you know what I mean?
It was like back then there was like hip hop police and all kind of crazy shit going on.
Yeah, exactly. So they was watching us regardless, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So, and when he told me like, yo, leave it alone, and he was like, yo, his exact words, you really can't mix pork with beef. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, you know what? You're right. It's gonna be one or the other. And I chose just leave it alone.
There was the Wu-Tang financial skit on the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
You have Dave Chappelle doing a skit on this album.
Oh yeah, Chappelle. Yeah, the game show skit. Yeah. Chappelle.
Can you take me back to like when Chappelle does that skit? It was hilarious, and it's like one of them iconic Chappelle show skits.
You know, when he did the skit on it with
his show, yeah.
Oh, what you? Because I wasn't up there.
I know, but I'm saying like that shit is like it's in culture forever. Like Wu-Tang financial. You know
it is. People love that shit.
And then fast forward now, he's on the album.
Then he's on the album, because Dave a big Wu fan.
Yeah.
We just did something. I forgot it was the other somewhere with one of our last couple of shows. He showed up and came on stage and shit fucked up. You know what I mean?
He's always having a good time.
He always has.
He's always got the drink and the cigarette.
He must do that. He's a good time guy. You know what I mean? And Yeah, so you know, he that skit right there was like, you know, I was all over the world though, like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, this nigga Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? But to be around him and to tell him like, yo, you know what? Because he got his own little place out there in Ohio.
Yeah, in
and
Yellow
stuff
Springs.
like that. Yeah, Yellow Springs, exactly. So we went out there, did like a couple of songs for him, did a show for him, or whatever the case may be. You know, Dave. He feeling good, like you just said, and you're having a good time and shit. Had us out there to fucking like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and shit. You know, he ain't delivered a skit that day though. You know what I mean? We went out there for that. Like, yo, he fucking, oh, yo, I'm fucked up. I can't get the shit, yo. I do this, I do that. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, man. But he sent it through and we put it together.
Hey, real quick, want to tell you about our sponsors at Odd Socks. That's our day one family. Make sure you follow them at Odd Socks Official. I just got done running a 5K with them and Burt Kreischer. You see the Happy Gilmore socks. You know part 2's coming soon. They got the socks. They got the draws, the most comfortable socks in the entire world, plus the underwear, all of it. Get 20% off. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use that promo code BOOTLEG right now. Hey, don't forget to go to bootlegkev.com. You know, we had to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the most viral interview of all time. Throw the shirt up so you could see it. I turned it down. Shout out to that boy, Big Boogie, a big college in Jacksonville. And we just threw these on sale. Half off for the 500 episode tee. Bootlegkev.com. Go get you a shirt. Let's get back to the interview. You being on the Kendrick album a few years ago, I heard you say you cut 2 different verses for that. As like you gave him 2 options. Like, hey, I got 2. This one or the
whatever
back.
You want to take.
Yeah.
Because the record was like so dope. I didn't really know which way to go with him. So I'm like, yo, you know what?
I'm gonna give you
take that one.
Yeah.
And take this one. He was like, oh shit, you sent me 2. Yeah, because I didn't really know which way to go. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you want. So then he
would you ever use that other verse he didn't use on anything?
Because he had switched his verse around. So it's like, so I like the original verse. You know what I mean? So you know, it's still there. It's still there. I was thinking that maybe he might want to fuck around and maybe use it for something, or if not, it's whatever though. You know what I mean? But I would definitely check in with him to be like, yo, bro, can I, you know, what you doing with that? You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. Like, hey,
hell yeah. Even his verse, you made me start thinking about something, because his other shit was fire. You know what I mean?
Like, yo, why didn't you use the OG?
Yo, word, like, yo, that other shit. You know what I mean? But that shit was crazy too.
ODB, man, I want to talk about ODB for a sec, because I feel like, you know, when it comes to charisma, when it comes to delivery, this is a one of one still to this day.
Yeah.
What in '98 when he crashes the Grammy stage? What's going through your head when you see that?
It was him. It was him. It was like, yo, that's dirt. Like it wasn't even like I just know what he do. So when it happened, it was like I was like, oh shit, but I wasn't really totally just blown away.
Right.
Cause he do shit like that. Like he don't.
It was on brand.
He's one of the motherfuckers that just did anything off the top of the head. But it don't be planned. This be like, it be him. Like this way he just do shit. You know what I mean? So when he did it was like, yo, you see what he said? Like, yo, I paid too much for the suit. You know? Not to get the shit. And y'all gonna give it Puffy good. He said Puffy good, but Wu-Tang is for the children. Like, you know what I mean? So he don't, that same, he ain't really give a fuck about nothing. Like, he believed in what he believed in. You know what I mean? And dirt was dirt. Like, I just would tell somebody like, yo, man, I ain't never seen another soul again like him.
Yeah, 101.
Like him. God made him different. Like his spirit. You know what I mean? He do shit that you would want to do, but don't do it. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys, like, damn, like, you know what I mean? And whatever you was thinking, like, you could fuck around and he could have dropped his food right there on the floor on the outside. And he gonna pick it up, dust it off, and eat it.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's him. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna dog God made dirt don't hurt. But brush that shit off and eat that shit.
I respect it. I paid for this
food. You know
food.
what I mean?
Eat it.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You seen what he did with the MTV shit when he had the welfare.
Yeah.
Was in the shit with the wealth. That was him. No, I want more money. They owe me 40 acres of the mule anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's him. Whatever you see, that's him.
When Method Man and Ray do the torture skit on 36 Chambers,
Right.
do you like when you first hear it? Are you in the studio? Because that shit is diabolically hilarious.
I don't remember if I was in the studio.
But when you first hear it, like, what is it like? What the fuck were y'all doing in there?
Yeah.
Some wild shit.
Yeah, that shit was like, yo, man, it was crazy. Like, cause I remember us being in there in Firehouse Studios, putting this album together, and this time you got like 50 people in the studio at one time,
right?
And yeah, and they just, matter of fact, I think I was there, and they just going at it. Yeah, they just was going at it. That Meth vs. Chef shit, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was like
yeah. I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Meth vs. Chef. Your asshole clothes and keep feeding you.
Yeah, I forgot about that record, man.
And feeding you.
Word.
It was just.
We need to do that shit.
Hilarious.
That was on Method Man's. Hold on.
That was going into Method Man.
Right. Exactly. I was about to say yeah. But yeah, man, it's you know what, man? Those was like prime time days. Like you just in it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, you sat here for 30 years, you doing what you doing, aye. But when you, in the beginning, when you first starting to get your feet wet, it was just, and we young too, different, still blocking it up and being on here, standing on these corners and doing that. And the way hip hop was at that time, it was a spirit in the air.
For sure.
You know how 93 was. I don't know how old you was in 93.
I was 6.
All right, cool. So you couldn't even imagine.
No.
You know what I mean? Like just a spirit.
It was like
87. So. Yo, listen, you floating on a spirit out there in 93, like all great music and you know what I mean? Biggie, you got Biggie, Nas, Mobb Deep, Snoop, Dre, it was just like, it was a rapper's Mobb Deep, it was a rapper's fucking circle
for sure
of music right there at that time and shit. And you got the Fatigues coming in. You got, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of other shit that was just like, and we had the Tunnel.
The tunnel, of course, yeah, the club in New York,
yeah, man.
How dangerous was it? Like they always hear it was a wild place.
It was dangerous. You can't come in there, man. It's dangerous. You better come in there with some people. But it was the tunnel was the tunnel, man. I think it held maybe like 3,000 or 4,000, maybe more than that. You know what I mean? But that's where you got robbed. You had to be strong in there. You used to have a clique, unless you by yourself and nobody don't know you, and you just in there mingling with you and your couple friends. But other than that, we was going in there wrecking everything in the tunnel.
Yo, so I had heard that Only Built was supposed to initially be Wu Gambino's, but there was like Steve Rifkind said that somebody had reached out to him, like some sort of back channel, that the actual Gambino family wanted like some bread or some shit to use that name.
I think there was probably some truth to that or whatever.
Obviously,
it was Wu Gambino's. Was Wu Gambino's. But if I could remember, that do sound like a little bit familiar. We went straight to Cuban Link or whatever. But it was something dealing with Wu Gambino, with the Gambinos.
With that name.
Yeah, with that
was
name.
That because like back then you guys are coming up and the Mafia's running like that's
Staten Island was more Mafia.
Yeah.
Staten Island was like where all that, you know what I mean, Castellano and what's the nigga that snitched on Gotti and all that shit.
Sammy the
Bull, yeah, all that. You know what I mean? So all that shit was on Staten Island, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we was in the mix. Some niggas was fucking their daughters and shit. You know what I mean? So
carefully, of course.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like like if you're gonna take a mafia guy's daughter out to dinner.
I mean, but the Italians they love blacks too. Like,
oh, good.
I mean, like yeah. So it was like but then again, probably was carefully, like you said.
You gotta be careful.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You don't want to break. You don't want to break a mafia daughter's heart.
At that time. Yeah.
You don't want to fuck around and cheat on a mafia dude.
I would think
on the daughter. You know?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like if I'm fucking a chick who's connected to the cartel, you got to be nice. You got to let her off.
You got to be nice. Yeah.
You know?
That's right. You right. You
got to make her feel good about the breakup.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Definitely. Like, yo, you know what? My bad.
It's all good. Listen, it's bad timing for me,
Word.
Hey, one of the, probably a top 2 or 3 song for me all time is Triumph, which is a song that I feel like everybody just delivered their A game on. It's one of the greatest hip hop music videos of all time. What was that approach like when y'all did Triumph? Because that's the first single off WuTang Forever.
Yeah, that was Yeah, it was like it's and I had to do that. I had to go in. I had to like it gave me problems. I had to go in there and do that. Like I don't know how many minutes I had to just throw whatever in the air like that. But it was like, yeah, that beat was just crazy. RZA had came in one day. We was out here. We was in American Studios on Lincolnshire.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think that's next to fucking what's the shit? What's that shit y'all got? The Universal Studios.
Yeah, yep.
I think it's somewhere around there and shit. But yeah, that shit was hitting, and you know, I got in. I think one of the last ones, like probably was the last one, and yeah, that's like everybody was, especially Deck set it off like, yo, so fucking crazy, like. And he's, you know, as far as the clan, he's like one of the best. He might be the best set off guy. You know what I mean? Ever in the clan, like, you know what I mean? At that time, his mind was just like, he was a really inspector for real. You know what I mean? But yeah, but that song there, if you heard how it was hitting in that day in the studio, it sounded like how it sound now.
I think that was the first like $1 million budget music video.
Yes. Brett Ratner.
That shit was a damn.
Brett Ratner.
That's the dude who did Rush Hour too, right?
Yeah. Brett Ratner. Yup. He was there. Yup. Dirt. We tried to get Dirt in there. Dirt was Dirt again. And I ain't doing no fucking videos. Give me 10,000. I'll do it right now. Niggas ain't get the 10,000 for. So he put Papa Wu in the mask. Put him in there like that.
So that's not even him.
That's not him. Hell no.
So that's not ODB in the video.
Hell no. That's Papa Wu. Just went and did that. Bow.
Wow.
Dirt was there. Dirt won 10 grand.
He's like, I'll be here, but I'm not gonna be on camera.
Yeah, he just wanted to give him his money.
Wow.
That's how he treated this shit. My brother was Illmatic, man. His days, he'd fuck around and tell all of us to our face, y'all ain't shit without me. Y'all ain't shit without me.
That's so funny.
This group wouldn't be shit without me. Yo, and that's
it's so funny because we got a little bit like of a peek into like some of that inner group, drama when the Show movie came out.
What show?
That movie, The Show. It was like in 1995. That documentary came out.
Oh, when we was in Japan and all that shit.
It had like Meth and You Got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 9 people.
Yeah,
10 if you count Capadonna. Like it's
that. Yep.
It's so many dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, and all of y'all
plus the DJ.
All of y'all are so incredible.
Right.
It's got I can just imagine just how.
Yeah, it's just like Earth, Wind, and Fire over there. You know what I mean? It's like he assembled the Most High assembled like. How he assembled us, it was crazy. Like you'll never get another clean shot of like dope brothers just getting busy at one time ever again in life like that. Like it's that many. Like yeah, you might catch a little 5-pack or whatever, but for like that, that's dropping science, mathematics, and all that shit like that, and could do that and do that and do that. Like it was all different shit like that we brought to the game. Like you know what I mean?
How was it? Because I got to go to the Final Chapter tour, which was incredible. The way y'all sequenced it and broke it down, like broke the show up.
Yeah, where you was out here?
Yeah, I went to Ontario.
Oh, cool.
I had to be safe. I hit Killer Mike. I said, hey, I'm gonna be honest. I know how crazy backstage gonna be.
Right.
What's the best move, San Diego or Ontario? He's like, come to Ontario. But
right, okay.
Man, y'all come out fucking melting people's faces off, dog, with all the 36 chamber shit, and then and you and Ray got your. It was. But what was that like though? Just being on the road at this stage of y'all's lives, bringing it together.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It felt so good. Like it felt like, yo, this is the best time I had with these guys on the road since I ever did. As far as the show goes,
right?
As far as the show goes, that we ever did, like, you know what I mean? Because we knew our place, we felt comfortable. You know your records now. The lineup is cool. You know what I mean? It's all in sequence. You know what I mean? Everything just went right. You know what I mean? Then the little booking agencies, the iconic. They was smooth with they thing. They had everything legit. Everything. It just felt like you felt like how you supposed to feel.
Right.
I did tours where it was like, yo, a lot of shit fucked up, and then, but this time right here, going out with these guys, it felt beautiful to me. Like, yo, all right, cool.
Was the because I have a poster.
Felt like you won.
Look, so I got this poster here. It's Rage Against the Machine with Wu-Tang, 97.
Classic shit.
I remember just seeing footage of this on MTV News.
I gotta pick that up and take a picture with it.
What was like, how crazy, because this is like WuTang Forever.
Yeah.
Everybody's at their peak.
Yeah.
Meth's a superstar, you're a superstar, ODB's, I mean, everybody, like, what, like, was that a harder tour to get through?
We was new, man. We was still learning. We
Right.
was still learning this shit. And didn't give a fuck about nothing. I know I didn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, but to be right there with those guys, like that, and they was cool too. He's cool.
Yeah, Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, yep. Mad cool. But it was like, man, that's history, bro. That's history. Just you know, I don't know. Do they still doing music now? No, right?
No.
They chilled out, right?
They were supposed to do a tour during COVID with
I heard something like
Run
that.
the Jewels, but it got canceled because of COVID, so no.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, man, that's what it was, man. That's when we started crossing over.
Yeah, I'm sure when you guys went out on that tour, you're like, oh shit, there's all these.
So we left that tour, and it was messed up because we had to make a decision, like come back to your people over here, or stay over here and get big with these guys. And then the decision we made was we left. We probably couldn't.
Do you remember how many dates y'all did before you guys?
Nah, I don't remember shit. But we left. And came back, and that's when we left and did what was it, Hot 97, shit was disaster. It was disaster. Like it just they cut our records off that day. They didn't play no Wu shit no more.
Oh, crazy.
That's when Puffy was really getting on his shit, like, you know what I mean? Cause we was like, yo, we headlined, then they had that it started like that. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't the same no more. They stopped playing our records. I had to talk to the whatchamacallit.
Why did they stop playing your records?
Because I cursed them niggas out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it was some other shit. And then Puff, at the end of the day, he told
Puff
RZA,
still holding the only bill for Cuban League's gripe?
He told RZA, he told RZA, because they talked. And he told RZA, this is like, RZA's told me this like maybe like a year ago. And shit like, yo, that Puff admitted to saying that he stopped our records up there. And shit like that or whatever. You know what I mean? Why they didn't play that shit and all that, or, you know, help them Hot 97 motherfuckers. It's like, yo, that was it. So it was all Bad Boy. You know what I mean? So when we dropped Triumph,
no radio
that shit
play.
just like, yo, no radio play. But that shit right there. So that shit was like, oh. So it came out that he told the truth. Like, yo, I had to do it. He said, y'all was just too much.
Was that because of you know, the whole the Raekwon, the biting, the
I don't know. It might have been accumulation of all that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He had the power. I don't know what he paid him, but he had the power to go ahead and
I mean, shit, 97 Puffies. You know, a powerful guy.
Listen, we was a threat. You know what I mean? We was coming. If Triumph would have been promoted like that, like it was supposed to be, and shit, and we would have stayed on 90s on that radio right there, it was like. I think things to right now probably would have been a little bit more different, but yeah, that was a big blow. That was a big blow because the record was still fresh, and we had to leave these guys. We had to leave these guys. We had to make a decision. We was on a bus or wherever we was at. I think it was on a bus, and it was like, yo, we got to make a decision now. You know what I mean? Should we stay or should we leave to go back and do this? But they playing our records and this and that and the third, or this and that, and the, you know, whatever. So. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever the decision was, it didn't
work out.
It didn't work out, regardless of what.
Right.
Because even they still took the record down.
Right.
Anyway.
Hey, got to stop the interview. Want to give a shout out, man. The only thing we smoke, ladies and gentlemen, is Slapwoods. That's right. Make sure you follow them at Slapwoods. And you know the reason why we smoke Slapwoods, it's literally because they slap. If you ain't smoking Slapwoods, what the fuck are you doing? Get back to the interview. What can you tell me about this this album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin that got sold for $1 million, and then obviously it's gotten resold for like $2 million, and it's not supposed to, and no one's supposed to hear it for like 100 years. Like,
yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's up with that shit, nigga. I was never really in on that shit.
Is it good?
You know what I mean?
Is it a good album?
Not to me. It wasn't good to me. I'm just not just saying that it wasn't good. There was a bunch of records up there, but it wasn't like Wu album. It's probably good it didn't even come out. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, yeah, but it was probably like 30 songs up there and shit. Shit was like,
Who like?
He had a couple of records that y'all might like, but you know me, I'm funny with my shit, so I'm very picky. I don't.
Was RZA like, guys? I got this play. We gonna do this?
No, it wasn't like that. It was you had this dude called what's the nigga name? Silver Rings. Silver Rings. You know what I mean? He been around the clique, but you know, he went to everybody like one by one. It's like this: you go get verses from everybody.
Oh,
and you pay them from verses, and then you put the shit together. But then you want to try to like you put it together, and you got to play, and then you take it to RZA after the shit was like that, and then y'all in all in together, and then all of a sudden it's
so let me get this straight. How it worked was he bought a bunch of verses from everybody.
Yeah,
put them together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I own the rights to these verses.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to combine this. And so y'all didn't even
Yeah. I don't even know if he owns the right. I mean,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
right?
whatever it is. Yeah.
But
that's what it was.
Were you guys aware that was something that was going to even like be the
man.
end result?
If you give me a track right now, I'm just doing it, just giving you the feature, man. And you paid me for it.
Same shit.
That's it. But you didn't tell me that you're going to build the album around it. That's the sneaky shit. That's what I'm saying. You're going to build the album. Then y'all going to do that and then don't even break nobody off after you sold that for that much.
Because at the end of the day, RZA has to greenlight it.
He got to sign off on
album.
it. Yeah, you got to sign off on it.
So everybody else just got paid whatever they got paid for their feature, if you will, right?
That's it. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, that was it.
And then y'all got to fucking turn on the news and be like, wait, how much did this motherfucking album sell?
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like that with him and shit.
You know what I always was confused about? There's always this big ghost guy on Twitter and shit, right? And then like he always is putting projects out with people. He's done stuff with you, but like I always was like, is this a Ghostface burner account? Like when you do like some of these side quest albums,
what he did with me?
Well, I feel like I saw something come up on my Spotify.
I never did nothing with that nigga. Right, Wigs?
Cool. The big Ghost LTD? No, okay.
Yeah, he did nothing with me. Yeah.
Well, I thought I saw something pop up, but I was gonna ask you because you have a lot of like I'll call them side quest albums, like you and this like Czar.
Oh yeah, like all that shit like that.
You'll connect with like different producers.
Adrian Young and these guys.
Yeah, great albums by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
When you do those projects, like, do you approach them like it's an official like part of your discography, or is it more like, yo, this is a collaborative effort?
Yeah, that way. You know what I mean? Yeah, you just it's like I'm like a hitman. You know what I mean? Like you pay me to do a job
like a
for
mercenary.
You. I do it for you.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of guys had shit like they send you the script on how they want what they want to do, like Adrian, and send a script like, yo, talk about that, and we get it done. And here, take your shit. You know what I mean? And that's it.
That makes sense.
I don't take it like yo, it was for me, like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't even, wrote like that. I would have did different other shit.
You know what I saw that I was thinking about because I'm looking at it now? There was a Lost Tapes project that came out in 2023 that was Ghostface, Killah, and Big Ghost LTD. That's what I'm seeing.
I don't know. M80?
I don't know.
Oh, word? Oh, so you
not
know,
fully sanctioned.
Yeah, M80 dudes, he just be doing, that's my guy. He just do a lot of bullshit. He just do too much of shit.
In my opinion, your most slept on album, and I think it's like a lot of people's favorite, like in terms of like in the grand scope of your discography, is Fishscale. And you were able to hop on
Fishscale, yeah.
Fishscale was crazy, dog. But you were able to hop on that Dilla beat on there, the Whip You With the Strap record.
Right, Strap, yeah. Shout out to Dilla. I met his moms not too long ago and stuff like that, though. She mad cool. Yeah, that it took me back. It took me back. When I heard the beat, it was like childhood shit. I see me in the living room as a little dude. You know what I mean? And everybody having a good time in there and shit like that. Fly shit playing, you know what I mean? Isley Brothers and you know what I mean? All the Blue Magics and all that shit playing right there in the living room and shit. So it took me right back to that. She used to whip me with straps. It was that. So I just had to go ahead and go in at that time what I felt needed to be said on that beat and lay it down.
Well, it's crazy because you've worked with so many like incredible producers, all-timers. But is there anybody for whatever reason that just has never worked out with you working with them? Whether it's an artist, whether it's a producer that you just were like, man, just for whatever reason, us working together it just hasn't happened yet. It just the stars didn't align.
Oh, you know, you got a couple of cats out there. You got your Primo.
That's crazy. You and Primo haven't worked together.
Yeah, we never worked together like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I love Primo. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot. Like I give it to all the producers. Pete Rock. No, we did one with Pete Rock. I did one. I think it might have been for Prodigy or whatever. But
I feel like you and Jay-Z.
But did me?
Like there was never a Ghostface Hove moment.
I mean, I reached out to his camp, but you know, Hove is like he like Michael Jackson right now. He out. You know what I mean? He out there. Like you know what I mean? Like can't really can't get close to him like that unless you know somebody that knows somebody.
There was also like the weird like King of New York talk that was going on in like the 2000s, and we were in that conversation. It was like you, Hove, Fat Joe, 50.
Right. I never really fell into that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just do what I do, and they do what they do. Whoever just, you know, at that time they got the big machine behind them and is letting it off like that. All right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I never looked to be like, you know, King of New York, you know what I mean? And shit like that. I mean, I write where my name could be, let me be I'm not coming in last place. Just put it that way. You heard? Thanks. So I write for that. Like, you know what I mean? And I write because I love the game. I love the game. I love it because especially doing albums, it's like people forget how you do albums. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They put a bunch of tracks on just something and say that's the album.
I think you got. I tweeted this like last year. I think you got a top 5 discography in hip hop history. I like
but yeah, you motherfucker right.
You're in there.
Hell yeah! I mean, as far as consistency,
for sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but you know,
and you take all the Wu-Tang shit out. I'm talking about just Ghostface solo albums.
Like, right. Yeah, we tucked away somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
What the 4-pound Golden Eagle?
Yes.
Listen, this is one of the most iconic pieces of jewelry in hip hop history. Where is it today?
We had at the video shoot the other day. I outgrew that. I outgrew it.
But you still have it.
We still got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I let him wear it. Ice. You know what I mean? It couldn't fit on me that day. We was trying to try it on. It didn't work.
That'd be like a very impractical thing to wear, like in general.
Uh-huh.
Like, maybe only for photo shoots and performances. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I get a thing stretched out and put it back, you know what I mean? But that thing is like when you come out, you gotta just be mad heavy and you gotta probably just for the most part, if you're gonna flash him back, you gotta throw in a robe. You gotta throw in a robe with days. That shit. Yeah. You gotta throw it on. Yep, free tone, yep, or bulletproof wallets. Yeah, you gotta just throw it on. You gotta just, you know what I mean?
What happened to Trife and the Theodore Unit? Because that was an incredible album too, and Trife was incredible.
Yeah, you know, I mean, brothers get old and you know, like, you know, you go your separate ways and not, you know, we still cool and shit, but you know, things is like he got bills, you know what I mean? He got to take care of his shit he gotta do. But the Theodore Unit, yeah, it was just after a while, it just was like, you know what I mean, that's just what it was at that time. You know what I mean? You know how shit goes. It just come by and it just pass you by.
Is the story true? Consequence told the story that you at a Def Jam Christmas party in the 90s went upside Wishbone's head from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Nah, I mean it's true, but I ain't go upside his head.
So what happened?
We just got into some shit.
You got into some shit.
It was a Christmas party and you know we had our peoples in there, they had theirs, and then we just got into it. There's a lot of shit being thrown around in there and shit like that or whatever. And
this was in Vegas?
No, this was in New York.
In New York, okay.
Yeah, so you know, it got crazy. But and yeah, that's really it though. We just, you know, I think somebody not from their side, but somebody might got hit with a Moet bottle. You know what I mean? But it was on. It was on in there. It was on. It was crazy. Yeah. And I see them brothers to this day and shit. Like, yo, we mad cool. We don't really talk about that
right.
that. You know, that's back then and shit. But I ain't go upside his head.
No, but okay. But there was an altercation.
It was an altercation. It was an altercation. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, we got to wrap up this interview. Another one presented by Hardin, baby. You already know what it is. Shout out to Hardin for presenting another episode of the Bootleg Kev podcast. Don't forget, when you're in Vegas, you get in that taxi, you get in that Uber, say, take me to Hardin, the #1 cannabis dispensary in the world. Premium selection of the craziest gas you could ever ask for. And then they break down what all the terps mean. It's incredible. Go to Hardin_Las Vegas, shoot them a follow. And when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you shoot them a visit. Hey, want to give a shout out to our newest sponsor. You know, I don't like to vape unless it is pure solventless rosin. Want to give a shout out to RokenCannabis.com. Go give them a follow. It's nothing but that good gas. Check them out at your local dispensary, RokenCannabis.com. Salute to them. Let's get back to the interview. What is your favorite non-Ghost, set yourself aside, Wu-Tang verse of all time? Okay. On a Wu-Tang album, what's your favorite verse that isn't your own?
It might gotta be from Genius, man. It might gotta be from Genius. He said it's on a Wu-Tang album?
Yeah. Wu-Tang album, favorite verse ever that wasn't your own. I feel like Jizz, I mean, obviously, we talked about INS earlier. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, you know, because Genius is like one of my favorite rappers, like him and Nas. You know what I mean? But on a Wu-Tang album, oh man, I see you got me trying to. You gotta give me some time on that because I gotta go back and look at these albums and see what was what. You know what I mean on these albums and shit. But yeah, I can't even tell you that right now.
So you end up on New God Flow, which was like a song that had like originally leaked and you weren't on it, but then you end up on like the official version.
Yeah, because I was doing, me and Killah was doing Hip Hop Squares.
Oh, that's
like,
the show. Yep.
Yeah, and he was like,
shout out to Rosenberg who was hosting it.
Yeah, he's like, yo, Kanye got this fucking record, man. Yo, this and that and the third. Yo, he got the My Healthy shit on it. This and that. I'm telling you, yo, I forgot how he was saying like, you need to be on that. You need to be on this. Until when I heard the shit, and I heard like, oh shit, yeah, take that body. Oh shit, oh word. And then it was like, yo, I gotta get it. Even my manager was pushing me, yo, you gotta get on that, whatever the case may be. And I just jumped on it. Kanye didn't even know I was doing it. I just jumped on it and sent it to him and shit. He made a movie out of it. Because he broke all that music down and just had me come in at the end of it.
So fire.
Yeah, that's how he did it and shit. He made a movie out of it.
Also, I think one of the greatest remixes of all time is the Special Delivery remix, which you fucking knocked out of the park.
Oh, shout out to G-Dep. Yeah.
By the way, that G-Dep album was crazy. Shout out to Ghetto, great album.
Right. No doubt. Yeah, I got that for Puff, you know what I mean? He wanted me to jump on that shit like that. And
like,
shit.
Yo, despite you cockwalking us in 97 on Hot 97,
it's like,
I'm going to do the remix.
It's like, yo, no, because we ain't know then.
Right.
We ain't really know, like, you know what I mean? But, yeah, you know, Puff is Puff, man. He a funny dude, man. He crazy, man. You know what I mean? He had all night trying to get me to come shoot the shit. All he had to do was pay me. And he didn't want to pay, so.
You and Ray, and I just feel like obviously the whole clan in general just have so much influence over fashion. I think about the Wallabees and the Tommy Hilfiger. Like, like how did y'all initially get into the Wallaby shit? The Clarks, because it's like,
I mean, his neighborhood to me was like, yo, because he had like a lot of drug dealers up there, right? A lot of Jamaicans and you know what I mean, Guyanese big drug dealers,
right,
up in there. And every time I go to the hill, that's what they was wearing with big heavy jewelry on. That's where the vision came from. Was like, yo, when I get on, throwing on this robe, Wallabees, you know what I mean, chains, get a bird. They had all, cause they was real milky up there. Niggas had all that shit, like birds, chains hanging down to their fucking navel, and you know what I mean, and all that other shit. So I always kept that vision with me, and that's why I use it for myself. But it was like, yeah, Ray loved fashion. He loved fashion. He know his shit. I mean, he might be he know how to put shit together. Say it like that, and he know fly shit. So I pick up a lot of that shit from him. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, he just one of those guys with the fashion. And Cap know his shit too. But Ray's like, Ray know names. Ray got names. ain't no names and shit.
If we set aside Iron Man and Supreme Clientele, they're up on the mantle. What's your favorite Ghost album? Your solo album outside of those two?
Outside of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're disqualified.
probably Wizard of Poetry.
Yeah, because the R&B shit, yeah.
Yeah, because I like R&B shit. I'm an R&B cat first.
Great album, by the way.
Yeah, man. And we dropped the ball over there. DefJam kept dropping the ball on me, man. You know what I mean? So that was it. So I was like, yo, you know
And
what?
I feel like a lot of songs that could have been singles.
And it dropped the ball. I could have been fucking, listen, I could have been surfing right now. You heard? But it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like they dropped the ball like so many times. You know why? Because the core of it left. When you passing it down, no disrespect to nobody, but you know what I mean? When you got a motherfucker that don't see a vision and just taking you like, yo, all I'm telling these guys, yo, you gotta believe in me, believe in what I do. That's it, yo, this and that. I'm still that nigga. You know what I mean? And they leave. Then somebody else come in and take over. Then it's like 3-4 people changed in there when I was there. You know what I mean?
I feel like you and Raheem Devon had some joints on. I feel like
Raheem Devon. Yeah, that shit. That what's that shit we had instead of Baby? The other one.
Do Over.
What?
Yeah.
Do Over was crazy. And the John Legend joint.
What was the and then you had the Back Like That remix on there with Ye.
Yeah.
It was at the end.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I said, you know what? I'm where we can't lose. I'm gonna give you a bunch of singles. That's what I gave him. I just hit him with a bat.
Album of singles.
Take that, because you can't deny really like none of them shits. And they ain't do nothing. I saw John Legend one day. He said, "What happened?" I said, "Yo, man, I don't know, bro. I couldn't even really. I couldn't say nothing.
Right.
It's like, yo, you got this Grammy Award winner, whatever, or nominated this many times, and you can't even do nothing with that record. They didn't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? And it was like I said, I ran through like 4 different bosses up there. You know what
Great
I mean?
album.
Yeah, it was fire. You know what I mean?
Yo, what do you like? Because there's so many like weird spin-off Wu-Tang projects that like, if you were to go to Wu-Tang Spotify profile,
Yeah.
there's like hella random shit
Right.
that I don't consider Wu-Tang albums. What
Yeah.
is the last album you consider to be a true Wu-Tang album?
A true Wu-Tang album?
Like
I mean,
where-
something I like?
No, just like an official Wu-Tang. There's so many fucking random Wu-Tang. I don't know what the fuck's going on sometimes. It's like the Think Independently shit. And then there's like, it's just a lot of shit's just getting kind of thrown together with the logo. But what's in your opinion, what was the last time it was this is a Wu-Tang project? Like put this up in the discography as a Wu-Tang
I mean, it's
album.
different. I mean, even some of the shit that we did after to me, the first 2 albums was Wu albums.
So even the W, Iron Flag.
W was cool. It was a Wu-Tang album, but it was dark.
It was
Too
definitely
dark. It was too dark. Shit was like, damn, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like you just came off of this, and it's like, you know, I mean, I'm in it, but you know what? I'm keeping a buck with you. I didn't really like. I'm funny, man. Y'all
Like
niggas-
was
y'all-
a Better Tomorrow?
It was
like a Better Tomorrow. I think is probably the last one in my head that it felt like you guys all. Were
I don't know.
This
I
is a
gotta
Wu-Tang
hear it
album.
again, but you know what I mean.
I'm
But
not
I
saying
think
if you like it or not.
I know. Listen, man. Like I said, the first 2, I know those was the joints.
Iron Flag has some shit. you
Those
know,
are the
grab
joints.
shit.
You know, but I just know as far as us,
Yeah.
I know
The spirit.
where we can go.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to it, you got to stand. It's like if your brother did wrong, you still got to stand by this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't care. I know you know you in the wrong, right? But you got to stand by the product. You got to stand by it. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So I'm just being honest with you,
Yeah.
thinking like, yo, the first album and the second albums to me is just all Wu albums. Cause I don't ever hear nobody talking about these other records.
That's I listen.
You know what I mean?
You're-
No, listen, bro. I'm
I will
telling you.
not argue with you about that.
Yeah, I don't hear nobody talk about none of them shits. You know what I mean? So, but I know our potential of fucking some of the greatest MCs in the world is like, yo, nigga, all we needed was the right vibe and beats. That's what it be. The right vibe and the right beats. That's it. You know what I mean? And you know, and it was like I said, the W was just mad dark. And I'm not kicking dirt on it, but it was like, you know, I know the potential and where we could go. So that wasn't none of my, you know what I mean? Nah.
Can you tell me, because obviously I think Supreme Clientele's in the convo, Only Built for Cuban Links is in the convo. Outside of the albums that you are on the cover of or that are your own, I think there's one obvious answer. But what is the best Wu-Tang solo album outside of yours or Only Built for Cuban Links?
Wu-Tang solo album?
Yeah. I really think there's only one right answer here. But
hold on.
We'll
But me and Ray's not included in it.
Correct.
Oh, solo? Shit, man. I might got 3 for you though.
Okay, give me, yeah. Let's go.
I'll take Old Dirty album, first album.
All right. Brooklyn Zoo.
I'll take Genius first album.
That's the one.
Right.
Liquid Swords.
And Tikal first album. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I'll take those.
I like those.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
I think Liquid Swords is like somehow like the most.
Liquid Swords. That's why I told you. I think he's.
Oh my
but
God.
you know what I mean? Like between him and Esco, like my best.
Those are your two favorites, like your goats. Like
I'll go.
Has it been pretty dope? Like obviously Nas is on the new album.
Of course.
You guys got a dope record.
Yeah.
Can you take me back to Verbal Intercourse and like Nas got the fuck off in a historical,
he came in.
Historical way.
Yeah, he came in. He was in the basement over there on Michelle Court. You know what I mean? He was on Staten Island. You know, Nas was Nas. I know what he's already built for.
Right.
You know what I mean? He came in. I don't know. Did he? Yeah, I think we all laid our shit after. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but Nas had 2 verses. He wrote 2. He wrote 2 right there on the spot, and we stuck with that one. The other one was Murder 2. You know what I mean? But I think the way he glided on that verse that we chose him to pick, that was it. It was gone. It was a home run. You know what I mean? So
did he lay
like
the other one down? Does it exist on a DAT somewhere?
Did he lay it down? I don't know if he laid it down, but I know he said it, and he was saying some fire shit in there. But yeah, that was it. It was lights, cameras, in action. We just took that. Word, that was it. Glamour glitters and gold. Word, that was it.
Have you still like not watched the Hulu series? Are you still like oblivious to it?
How you know I ain't watch it?
Because you talked about it that you never saw
all right,
it.
cool. Yeah, I ain't watch it. Yeah.
You just weren't interested.
Yeah. Just because I needed to tell my story.
At least they should let you pick the fucking actor who plays you, right? Did you have any?
I mean, no, he's cool. He's cool.
He's cool.
He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, I mean, but
do you feel like I feel like the Ghostface 80s story before like getting into Wu-Tang is probably like pretty crazy.
It was mad crazy. But that's why I didn't watch it. That's why I didn't really like. Listen, I'm not kicking dirt on it.
Yeah,
I'm glad RZA did what he did. I'm glad he did what he did. I'm glad he put that out because you know what he did. It was refreshing to like the younger generation.
Yeah, people who
you know
like
what I mean?
My wife does not give a fuck about Wu-Tang, and I'm like, yo, let's watch this new show.
Right.
And now she's engaged.
Right. So he did that. He did that. That was a smart move and everything. I just think check it because I didn't get a chance. I never had a chance to talk to the people that was doing it, like the writers, like whatever the case, to let them know, yo, this is my shit, bro. You know what I mean? So when somebody's making something up, and don't get me wrong, some of it is based on like, actual shit. But you know what? Nah, if you're gonna do my shit, nigga, we gonna do it right. So I didn't really feel that I had to watch it like that or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I know the truth and I don't want to look at something that's like, nah, that didn't go. Because I even got word. Yo, niggas in the town is like, he was never like, and I got like, relax, it's just TV, this and that. But you want real shit. So that was it. So I didn't watch it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
New album is coming out. Special delivery, or not special delivery too. I'm fucking retarded. I'm still thinking about special delivery.
He's a special, yeah.
Supreme Clientele too.
Right.
Are you like, when you name it this, you know that the expectations is like, everybody's gonna already just be thinking, okay, Supreme Clientele 2, this is
right.
The expectations are crazy. Like,
right.
I mean, it's an amazing
Yeah.
album. I was lucky enough to hear
Yeah,
it, but it's
right,
fire,
right.
bro. I think you delivered.
You know, it's just what it is for the times. You know what I mean? You gotta remember, man, this is 25 years ago of other shit, and it's like, you know, I just wanted to vibe and trying to like fit a couple of songs in where it's like good songs. Like, yo, you know what? All right, this could pass, that could pass, that could pass. I had to go through the pass test. You know what I mean? And you know, and that's just what it was like.
I feel like there's like a dope little high energy pocket in the album where you got like the DJ homie like kind of like hosting.
Yeah,
Breakbeats
yeah,
like 3 or 4 records in a row.
Yeah. Like, you know, because you got to figure out like where you want to go. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, like I said, I'm an old school cat. So I like doing like this rhyming off of breaks and doing, and you know what I mean? And because we come from that world though. We come from that world. You know what I mean? And you know, Ty Boogie was like, you know what, yo? You know, I mess with Ty. You know what I mean? I mess with all of them, Capri, all of them, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, Ty was just in the spot one day where, you know, there's a party going on. I was like, yo, I need you for something. You know what I mean? And he just kept his word. So it was like that. I just want to, you know, you could have went anywhere with it, but you got to really like, when you're doing these kind of albums, it's like, yo, where you going with it?
Right.
Like Lauren went with like Miseducation, you know what I mean?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Or whatever, of Lauryn Hill. That's the vibe. That was the vibe. What's your vibe? What's it going to be?
Right.
And this and that and the third. Right. So, you know, I just try to play it out like that.
Before you get out of here, I want to know, can you share an MF Doom story? Because Doom and you, I feel like for whatever reason.
Yeah, Doom, that's my guy. God,
and I know
man.
you guys had some, was it an unreleased album?
Like, yo, man.
That y'all had?
Yeah,
like,
we didn't release it. Yeah, it was like we was going to release it. You know what I mean? But Doom was on Doom time. You know what I mean? So we had the records recorded and stuff like that, and they've been sitting there for a minute. You know what I mean? I don't know who. I think his family got the records or whatever the case may be. But as time went on, you know, I just wanted to get ahead and clean my vocals up because, you know, I didn't want to sound like back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where we was at with it. About to go back in and do just the same verses, but just do them over. Just do them over so it can sound more up to date now. Plus, we had recorded it at back then. My man's studio wasn't really all that clear and shit. But
how did you guys like link up? Like what's
because I was on the Project Rev tour.
Okay.
With Snoop, Corn, and
I remember that tour.
Remember that tour, right? Yeah. So, but somebody somebody gave me a CD, and the name on it was Metal Fingers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was Metal Fingers, and I just put it on. And it was like this guy had crazy beats, like up in my alley, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like who the fuck is this? Come to find out, it was him. It was him. So I'm like, yo, and that's how it got together from right there, yeah. So the one thing just led to the next. Gave me beats for Fishscale and more Fish. You know what I mean? He came through the studio and shit. You know what I mean? We fucking around, and I start bumping into him out there in Europe and shit. Like, yo, Doom, yo. I pull up on him and shit. He outside the hotel. I'm like, yo, Doom. He gonna turn around like, because I guess he thought he was on a hideout.
Right.
He turned him, yo, how you know it was me? Nigga, I know you. That's how I know it was you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's one of those guys that said, like, you know, I guess he really was like in Doom mode.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, you know, because he always was a real sly cat that's just like, yo, you know what? Stay to yourself here. You know, get in the room and fuck around and whisper to you, yo, that's not the third. You know what I mean? Whatever. Cause we posted some things together. I told him, like, yo, we should do a 5-pack, nigga. 2 for 5s or some shit like that. You know, I forgot how I explained to him. We sit next to each other on the plane, just going at it and shit like that. And, you know, and he's telling me about the mass and, you know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah, it's crazy because I just feel like almost like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
For the like new generation of kids. Like my son's 19 and he wasn't around when Doom was cracking. You know what I'm saying? But like there's this whole generation of kids that like Doom is like immortalized, bro. Like they got MF Doom tattoos and
yeah.
And he didn't do a lot of interviews. Like
he never really showed his face like that.
Right.
People didn't know like it was Doom. So it's the mystery behind all that too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's witty with his shit.
Just crazy.
You know what I mean? He witty with his shit. So, you know, that's...
So we still might get that album.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
so
family,
was it you rapping over his beats, or was it both of y'all rapping?
We both rapping.
Oh shit! Come on, man.
Just
let them come out the way that they were recorded.
Like
dog.
that,
like that. It's like it was recorded back then.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it, Ghost. Please.
Oh, I don't got nothing to do with it.
No. But you said you want to recut the vocals.
I just wanted to get ahead and make it more cleaner. Like, you know what I mean?
Please.
Certain shit, because you know what it is.
If you recut the vocals for 36 Chambers. That'd be fucking crazy.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But you know, you know.
What are we doing, man? We need the fucking MF Doom Ghostface album, man.
Right. But they got,
it could be unmixed, unmastered. It could sound like it was recorded in a fucking shoebox.
His family got it. His family got it, though, man. His family got it. Word, though.
Well, now it's out there. Let's just put it out. Are you okay with that?
Hopefully
we're negotiating for the family right now.
Right. Nah, man.
Well, listen, man. The new album, everyone should go run it up, man. I'm just glad to see you know, you and Ray are delivering in 2025. The Wu tour was incredible.
Right.
Does the battery in your back? Are we just still recording? Like, what is, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, the battery's there. Battery's there. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're a little bit older now. I understand music more than ever. You know what I mean? The frequency of music. And, yeah, man, as long as it's a good beat to it, like, you know what I mean? A fire track that make me want to get and get busy. Oh, we there for it. But, and you know, the spirit is there. The spirit ain't never left.
I would love to hear, because you know who's doing a lot of collab albums is Alchemist. If you and Alchemist...
Alchemist tell me all the time.
Whole album.
Yeah, he called me for that. Yo, we need to do 7-pack. Yo, we need to do that. We need to do that.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Have you heard Alfredo too?
No, I ain't.
Oh, him and Freddie Gibbs fucking got off. Shit's insane.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
But I heard about that.
So good.
Yeah.
What about, I'm curious, did you listen to the new Clips album?
Yeah. Yep. They kind of like, they kind of like lit that match.
They kind of
lit that match.
I feel like it was like the battle last year.
Yeah.
And then this year, Clips just kind of set it off for everybody to be like, yo.
And plus, you know what? It's like for music to come back, because listen, everything changes. And a lot of old shit is coming back, from clothing to everything.
Everyone's wearing baggy pants again.
I heard about that the other day. I said, where?
It's crazy.
They think wearing baggy pants now.
No, like baggy.
I'm like, look, you just
and shit.
Got me out of baggy jeans, and now y'all coming back with baggy jeans. You know what I mean?
My 12-year-old's got the bag. He was wearing some pants yesterday at his birthday party. I said, bro, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
This is the shit I was wearing when I was fucking a kid.
Right.
Giant shorts with the big pockets and shit.
But everything always comes back around. So when they came with that, it was a good time. Because you know what, we've been hearing the rest of this. Not saying that music is bullshit,
it's a lot of bullshit,
but we've been hearing
we've
been hearing a lot of the same thing for a long period of time.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
So now when you get, it just reminds you like, yo, you know what? There's still real music to be made, good music. Not saying not putting that down, but you know what? From the era that we came from, you don't hear that. Like I wish Patti LaBelle or somebody dropped the joint. You feel what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. You know what I mean? So when you get music, how they doing and shit like that, and then you got Raekwon coming, you know what I mean? Slick Rick came.
New Mobb Deep album.
The Mobb Deep is a new one. I'm on that one too. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Nas and Primo coming. You know what I mean? It's all lined up. You know what I mean? And whoever else is coming.
Are you on the Nas Primo album?
I'm not on that album. I wasn't on that. Yeah, I wasn't on it. Yeah, I should have been on there, but you know.
Well, you and Primo, for fuck's sake, please.
But you know, but I'm just saying though. So all this shit is just a refreshing, you know. It's just
there's no RZA production on this new album?
No.
Okay. Is it hard to get RZA beats in 2025?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's hard. You gotta be there to, you know, just to ask him, and you know what I mean, and shit like that. Like he ain't really throwing around beats. I guess maybe unless you ask him. But you know, we grown now, so we just be going ahead like, yo, who got that? Who got that? Who got that sound? Who got that sound? Who got that? You know what I mean? It's for whatever you're looking for, like, you know what I mean, and shit like that. So,
well, listen, man, thank you for your time.
Like that's all.
I've held you 5 minutes over, and it looks like Al Lindstrom's about to blow a casket over there.
So good, brother.
Ghost,
we here,
I
baby.
Appreciate you, brother. Ghostface Killah, Bootleg Kev.
Bootleg Kev.